could start with a statement from you, Coach.
Well, I think initially the way I want to start this is this was the Ellie Buckets game, and it was there's a story. It's online. It's not to the impact that Ellie's family has had on us over these last 15, 16 months has been really impactful, and I think that's what the it's appropriate during Thanksgiving. This little girl that Lamar really bonded with. It's even more appropriate, I guess. Yeah, you had a heck of a game tonight on Ellie Buckets Day, and I won't use it to. They've really impacted us, their family, and I appreciate the athletic department to kind of put an Ellie Buckets game together, and I appreciate them to bring some awareness to Ellie's story and other kids and families that are going through what they went through, and I'm proud of these guys for performing as people for what we do on a day-to-day. Obviously on the court today, I'll kind of go into that. Shared the ball. I thought we had multiple times where when we're successful, it is really clear. Everyone's involved. When we have less successful moments, we get a little individualized, not because of straight selfishness or ego or anything like that necessarily, but it's just we have a group of guys that have a will to win and know that they can make a play. And as we continue to trust, starting with me, that's why this guy's sitting right here, we're going to continue to grow as a team, and I think it was evident today with what, 5, 6 guys in double figures.
Yeah, and if you could just talk about how much of a spark Jordan provided off the bench there, especially in the second half.
Well, he was so excited he came in and just started running with the ball right away. And he forgot the rules. I told Jordan when we were coming down here, and when he decided to come here, a little over a year ago, whenever it was, he wanted to be part of something, a winning culture, a winning team. And this young man can impact a ton of programs right now with a high amount of opportunity on the court. And he shows up every single day. And these last 3 or 4 days, I told him after South Alabama, just keep on doing what you're doing, all right, and continue to be coachable. And he did what he did today because of what he did the last 3 or 4 days. And he's our only freshman. He's our only true freshman. That's hard. He doesn't have, he has to fit in with this 48-year-old over here. And so, yeah, the impact goes beyond the actual immediate thing. But, yeah, when he goes in there and he performs, he can put the ball in the hoop. And that 3 he hit was huge. The things that he did the best, in my opinion, was off-the-ball defense. His anticipation, he really stopped the gap drives when we really needed him to do it. And he doesn't have a fear. He went in there and he made the right decisions, the right plays, which was what our team needed when he was in there.
Yeah, and Jordan, how were you feeling? You was talking to just you kind of just staying ready and just waiting to get your chance in the second half there.
Yeah, Coach told me he had a lot of faith in me, and they believe me, so it just kept me motivated. And they always tell me to remain coachable, so I just remained coachable and just learn every day in practice and just waited on my turn. Because it's a great group of guys here, so I just learn every day as much as I can.
Yeah, and it seemed like after you made that first one, Ray and some of the other guys are kind of nagging you on to keep shooting, keep going. As a true freshman, let's talk about what it means to have that kind of trust with the coach and with the players who have all been here for a while.
Oh, yeah, it definitely means a lot. I'm the youngest dude out there, so just to have confidence from my own team like that, it definitely keeps me going. And it just made me want to, keep doing better for them. Because especially Lamar and Shamar, it's their last year, so I just want to do as much as I can to help them, get to the OVC championship and win it all.
Yeah, and Lamar, early in the second half, they were kind of going back and forth with you guys, just matching buckets, but eventually they couldn't keep up with you guys. Just talk about how explosive you guys can be whenever everyone's rolling and getting involved.
We got a lot of weapons on our team. I think everyone in the starting 5 has the opportunity to go off and score 20-plus points, but I think we know how to just separate and share the ball and feed the hot hand, and that's what they did with me today, finding me on open shots, and we try to do vice versa for our other guys.
Yeah, and your core group of guys, you guys have been together for so long. Is that connection you guys have built up over the year help get you through the early parts of the season before you get to kind of what matters, which is the OVC play?
Yeah, things are definitely clicking a lot more than last year at this time. I feel like we know where each other are going to be on the court at all times. We know where to look for each other, and we know where all our spots are. So it's easy for us to, just run the offense, and the chemistry is there for sure.
Yeah, and Brian, can you talk anything about that? Just this group of guys being together for so long and how that's able to get you guys kind of through these early parts of the season?
It's unique because we have a lot of experience that we can draw upon, just like situations, whether it's in-game situations or day-to-day situations. And then we have a group of very talented new guys. And that's been a little unique of trying to figure out how to kind of not because there's a disconnect in terms of personalities and like hang out and all that kind of stuff, but even with me, like I have a group of guys that have really produced and put us in a position to continue to have conversations about what we want to do from a successful point of view, along with a bunch of guys that I know are trying to find their way in mesh accordingly. And it's been cool because, there's, like Lamar said, finding where they are on the court, trusting what you're supposed to do, just having a feel. There's a 10-point, they went on a 10-0 run or something right out of halftime maybe. I might have cut it to 1 or 2, whatever it was. And, my thought was I could call a timeout and I could get a lot of things out of my brain that was probably aggressive and not overly nice. But at the end of the day, it's these guys right here who've been in situations like that had to figure out how to turn it. Now maybe next time I do call timeout, this time it was not necessary because of what Lamar was saying. There was a level of trust and understanding. When you look out there, you could just tell that, yeah, they knew that we needed to do some things better. And when you have that as a coach, you feel very fortunate.
Yeah, and over this next month, heading into conference play, what are kind of like some of the goals and what you guys want to see from each other before the conference play starts happening? And kind of anyone can answer too.
As far as goals, we just want to keep winning.
Yeah.
That's the most important thing, is the wins.
Yeah, because it felt like last year you guys didn't even really need to have any kind of goal. It felt like, because like once that SIUE win happened, it was like, just take off from there kind of. So I don't know if you guys had like any kind of way to, balance that from last year to this year.
No,
something to get you going.
Yeah, I think one of the things that we've talked about next play a lot in the past, and we simplified it even more. Our motto is simple this year. You got to show up every day. You got to improve every day. You got to make others better every day. You got to produce. You got to do all the little things, and everyone's got to do it. That's how you spell simple. I figured that out through when I was doing the sight words with my daughter Cece. But to simplify it from that regard, we've simplified it in like, what are we supposed to do right now? What is the right play right now? All right, so you might make 3 or 4 shots. Is that next shot that you're feeling it the right shot? And that's kind of how we want the wins, and I think that's how we are going to have an opportunity to have more wins if we really simplify what we need to do and do the right thing right now, and that goes on and off the court, obviously.
Coach, could you speak to coming into a game where the team's 0-5, they're probably hungry, looking to get a win. How do you prepare your guys for a game like this?
We were just honest. I mean, it's a Final Four coach. He coached at Indiana over there. He's got talent. Those guys had Ole Miss beat. They had the ball. They were up with 25 seconds left, fouled, then Ole Miss goes up by 1, and then missed a shot at the buzzer. So I think part of it is you tell the truth. You sit there and you say, yeah, they're 0-5, but they had a couple close losses. They could very easily be 2-3, 3-2. And if you respect the 4,700, which is the square foot of the basketball court, like we talk about often, it's about, like, you got to respect that opponent. They're going to come in here and they're going to be well coached. They're going to be well prepared. The ball hasn't bounced their way these first 5 games, and it'd be the same thing with Missouri Baptist. I think they're 5-2. They made 12 or 15 threes the other day. They're a very good team. We got a short turnaround to be ready for that, and what are we supposed to do right now? It goes back to that, and these guys really took to it.
Yeah, and my question for either of you guys, how do you feel just the communication between all the players on the court? It felt like the first half it might have been 3 guys that were buzzing, and then the second half the other 3 guys were buzzing, and just coach, it didn't seem matter who coach put on the court, but it felt like you guys all had really good communication. You were all working together. Can you speak to just how important that is for these games like this?
Yeah, so that's one of the things we actually stress is our communication on the court. It's important not only offensively but also defensively. Just like I said, to know where each other is at all times, to communicate, to know what defenses we're in. It's just, and overall, we want to focus on communication to make sure that we're locked in together.
Yeah, it definitely simplifies the game a lot. The more and more we talk, the better our defense is, and it simplifies the game a lot more for us out there, and it makes us able to run on offense, and just it makes everything go smooth when our defense is clicking like that.
I think that's.
Thank you guys.
Thank you.